Good afternoon, everybody. Praise be to the Lord.
Now and forever.
Forever.
Now and forever.
Okay, guys, we're going to continue with our reviews, and we're going to continue with grammar, right? We're going to see the topic of transitions, right? Just to remember, we're going to watch 2 or 3 videos, and also we're going to see again the exercises that appear in the book for remember and have the same answers. So everybody, please on your cameras, and please pay attention for the videos that we'll share with you on the screen. Okay. Uh, Something else. If you don't listen the video, is because you don't use your headphones. That is the reason you don't listen while the video. Why? Because I make an experiment, and also with me, I can listen very well the videos. I'm just putting on my headphones, right? Just putting on my headphones, and my video it start to sounds well. So put on your headphones, please.
I can put headphones in this computer.
Why?
All is too small, so I can put the thing to connect them.
They don't have this?
Yes, they have it, but the thing of the computer is too
The
small.
computer doesn't have the how to connect it.
It is have it, but when I try to connect it is so small, so I can put it in.
Well, actually, I don't understand what you're trying to say. Yes, but it depends also if you put your headphones and the volume of the computer is low. So up the volume of the computer also. It's like a cell phone. I don't know if you know. If you connect the headphones to the audio or to the cell phone or to the tablet or iPad, I don't know, the volume of that dispositive, it's down, it's low, right? And you will on and up the volume. So it's the same process, people. It's the same process. ¿Ok? A mí no me vayan a estar mostrando, voy a encender el video después. Así que me encienden las cámaras, por favor. ¿Ok?
Pretty exciting. Winter's almost over. The weather's starting to get warm. I plan to go to the park this Saturday. It's going to rain all day. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh, I know how we can improve this. Transition words. So stick around and let's see how we can use transition words to make the relationship between these ideas clearer. Hi, welcome back to Snap Language. I'm Mark Franco. So let's go back to those ideas at the start. Did I want to go to the park because it's supposed to rain? Or did I want to go, but it's supposed to rain? The relationship between these ideas is ambiguous. It could be saying 2 very different things. To make the relationship clear, we can use a transition or transition words. In this case, I could say this: I wanted to go to the park this weekend, but it's supposed to rain all day. But is a transition word. It shows there's a relationship of conflict or contradiction between these 2 ideas. This also works. I wanted to go to the park this weekend, however, it's supposed to rain all day. How about this? Although I wanted to go to the park this weekend, it's supposed to rain all day. I could even say this: I wanted to go to the park this weekend, period. then I introduce the conflicting idea. Nevertheless, it's supposed to rain all day. All these sentences express the same thing. Why are there so many ways of expressing the same thing, though? We had a video about this recently. Word choice. Let's say you're writing a long paragraph and you want to express opposition between several ideas. You don't want to repeat yourself saying but everywhere. No problem. You can choose from among many transition words that express the same thing and avoid repetition. So transition words show the relationship between ideas, but are there many possible relationships? Yes, and there's a transition word for each of these relationships. You can go to many websites like this one and you can see a long list of them. Let's connect these ideas using transition words that show their relationships. When we see photos of outer space, we are struck by its beauty. Space is a deadly place for humans. A person cannot survive more than a few seconds in a vacuum of space. Cosmic radiation damages DNA, affects the central nervous system, and causes cancer. Space travel for long periods of time is impossible at the moment because astronauts would not survive the trip. This is confusing. Let's see. This first statement is very positive, but the second statement is actually negative, so there's a contradiction. Easy, we just saw the side of relationship. The next idea. Oh, it's an example of how deadly space can be for humans. How about this? Good. The next idea, well, that's another example of how deadly space is. You're just adding this to the first. The relationship is addition. Good. Now it's clear we have an example. Then another example is added here. The last idea, well, this idea shows the consequence of all of the above information. So how about this? Perfect. Do you see how these transition words work? You get ideas that are related and use transition words to connect the ideas and show what the relationship is between them. Transition words are very useful in writing. They help make your ideas flow between sentences and between paragraphs. Let's say the next paragraph was, scientists have come up with creative ideas to protect astronauts in space, and so forth. Well, the first paragraph says space travel is impossible right now. This next paragraph is actually saying it's not all bad news. We can use a transition here to connect the paragraphs. This shows the contrast between all of the first paragraph and the second paragraph. Now, when you read, it's very important to pay attention to transition words very closely. This way you understand not only the ideas themselves, but how they are connected. There's a lot more we could say about transitions, but let's make this an overview video. Look at the descriptions below the video for additional materials. Don't forget to like this video if you did and subscribe to our channel. And until the next time, thank you for stopping by and watching this video.
Mister, can I go to a restroom, please?
Linking words in English. Emphasis. Undoubtedly. Indeed. Obviously. Particularly. In particular. Especially. Absolutely. Definitely. Without a doubt. Never. It should be noted. Addition. Additionally and additional. Furthermore. Also. To. As well as that. Along with. Besides. In addition. Moreover. Not only, but also. In addition to this. Apart from this. Contrast. Unlike. Nevertheless. On the other hand. Nonetheless. Despite or in spite of. In contrast to. While. Whereas. Alternatively. Conversely. Even so. Differing from. Order. First or firstly. Second or secondly. Third or thirdly. Finally. At this time. Following. Previously. Before. Subsequently. Above all. Last but not least. First and foremost. Linking words in English. Result. As a result. As a consequence of. Therefore. Thus. Consequently. Hence. For this reason. Due to. Illustration. For example, for instance. Such as. Including. Namely. In this case. Proof of this. Like. To demonstrate, to clarify. Comparison. Similarly. Equally. Likewise. Just as. Just like. Similar to. Same as. By the same token. In the same way. Summary. In conclusion. To summarize. Altogether. In short. To sum up. In summary. Briefly. To conclude. Linking words in English. Reason. Because of. With this in mind. In fact. order to. Due to. Case. Unless. Concession. Admittedly. All the same. Up to a point. Even so. In spite of. Although. Even though. Even if. Generalization. As a rule. For the most part. General. Generally. Hi, welcome back to Ingvid.
The last video. If you see in the last one, also to talk about transitions is to talk about linking verbs. So it's the same, people. Remember, linking verbs are words that join two sentences and make only one sentence, actually. Let's watch this one. Okay, guys. So let's go to the book, right? Let's go to the book. Let's go to the page number
224.
huh?
What page?
211. Let's go to the page number 211. And let's talk about transitions a little bit. 211. Okay, transitions. Transitions are connecting words or phrases used to show relationship between ideas. Transitions may appear anywhere in a sentence. They may link ideas within a sentence or between sentences. Common transitions include, however, moreover, similarly, in addition to, and the other hand, also. For example, we learn the national anthem. Then we learn about flag etiquette, right? So let's see that exercise that appear in there. We carefully carry the flag out. Next, we fasten into the pool. First, unfolding it, we raise the flag just as we were taught. We salute and finally return to our classroom. Afterwards, we said the pledge and finally the pledge. Afterwards, we said the Pledge of Allegiance and later discuss the subject of patriotism. Okay? So, in this first paragraph, if you remember, which one were the words that are transitions?
Carefully,
Next, first,
first,
just, finally,
just
afterward.
as, finally,
Exactly.
afterwards, later.
Next, first, just as, finally, afterwards, and later. Those words were transitions in that paragraph. In the second paragraph, we have, as a result of our discussion, I understand more about why we honor the flag. I also know that the flag should never touch the ground. Similarly, it should not be placed carelessly over something. For example, a car hood. In this paragraph, which ones were the transitions?
As a result, or
A
about,
result also similarly,
Mm-hmm.
As a result,
for
also
example,
similarly, for example.
Exactly. As a result, also, similarly, for an example. Now, what about the transitions in relationships? Transitions signal different types of relationships between details and ideas. For example, we have time order, comparison contrast, cause and effect. But which words do we have to use in time order? First, next, later, soon, after, eventually, then. Those are some words. There exists another one. With a comparison and contrast, we have unlike, like, similarly, in contrast to, moreover, and although. With cause and effect, therefore, as a result, consequently, unless, if, and if. Now, let's see. The example that appear in there. James Fortin, Joseph Martin is a hero. We use a comparison with which word we use in there? Like, exactly. Like James Fortin and Joseph Martin is a hero. Let's see the number 2. He was a patriot. He served his country. About cause and effect.
Therefore.
Therefore, very good. He was a patriot. Therefore, he served his country. Okay, let's see the next one. The number 3. Space, horrified by his first sight of battle, he continued to fight. It's a contrast.
Also.
Although, okay, also is another one. Although, horrified by his first sight of battle, he continued to fight. Let's see the number 4. Space, chaos was everywhere. It's time order.
Next.
Soon, chaos was everywhere. The number 5. The Americans relied and space pushed the British back. Cause and effect.
A result.
Could be as a result or consequently. Could be. As a result or consequently. Let's see the number 6. Space. Experiencing several battles. Joseph Martin.
First.
After. Okay. It's continue. You have 2 in there. After experiencing several battles, Joseph Martin, space, grew less nervous. It's time order. Eventually. Very good.
Eventually.
The number 7. Life on his peaceful farm, the war seemed like a nightmare.
Similar.
The contrast.
Moreover. Similar.
Or in contrast to.
In contrast.
In contrast to. Okay. And number 8. He had time to reflect on his experience. It's time order. Later. Very good. Later. And the last one. We have transitions in writing. We have 3 different transitions in writing. We have opinion writing. Okay, opinion writing use transitions that link reason and supporting details to the opinion. For example, we have the words consequently, because, as a result, due to, furthermore, specifically, first of all. Informative writing. Use transitions that link examples and facts to main idea. For example, also, in fact, in addition to, in contrast, similarly, especially, besides. The narrative writing. Use transitions that show the sequence of events. For example, first, at the beginning, next, then, later, finally. We have an example also. It's an informative text. Sybil Ludington was different from many 18th century women, although She took care of the house and children for her father. She could also ride a horse well. In addition, she was independent. For example, she didn't ask anyone to go with her on her ride. Okay? And we have the exercise in there. The exercises insert transitions to connect the ideas in each paragraph. Let's see the number one. I am going to write a report of Stephen Loddington. What is the word?
First.
First, I will reread the selection.
Then.
Then,
Then
I will check the internet and other books for more information.
Next.
Next, I will take notes on what I find. Finally, I will write up my report.
as
As
soon
soon as it is done, it will hand it. Okay, let's see the number two. Stevie Luddington is a great role model for students.
First.
First of all, she was smart.
For example.
for
For
example,
example, very good. For example, she thought of taking a stick to knock on doors.
As a result.
as a result,
As a result, she didn't have to waste time getting off her horse. She showed courage
special, especially
to specifically in the way she fearlessly rode through the rainy night. Okay, people, pay attention. Pay attention. I already sent a report for Imagine Learning. The majority of you doesn't have the 6 hours you have to complete during the month. During the month, all of you at least 6 hours have to get. Maybe only of you, maybe only 5 students are the only who complete more than the 6 hours. Most of you only have 2 or 3 hours. In this month, I will take about it. Most of you have to finish the 6 hours. Okay? We'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
bye, Mister.
Bye, Mister.